Hello, and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through CODA, having a very deep conversation with Tomoyoko, Kazusa's mom. She has meddled so much in their relationship between Haruki and Kazusa. I mean, putting her apartment right next to his, that was meddlesome. That's not great, but she did it. And now here she is saying, like, it's fine to abandon my daughter. Which, like, yeah, is good advice, but the way she words it is particularly scathing. So let's continue from there. Then it's that very trouble that reaches out its hand toward you when you fall off, with much more strength than it had when it pushed you forward.
あなたの言う小さな、けれどかけがえのない幸せを遠慮なく掴んでもらってもいいのよ。
陽子さん。
親としては別に恨んだりしないから。もともと9割以上はあの子の自業自得なんだから。
そんなに簡単に弾けるなら、俺はあなたに無理やり会いになんか来ませんでした。
Well, that is certainly true. Because while Yoko-san is very meddlesome, Haruki is even more meddlesome. So together, yeah, it is a pretty dangerous situation.
それもそうよね。やっぱり屈折してるわね、あなた。
But ultimately, I'm sure she knew I was going to say that. There is neither surprise nor dejection in her eyes. There is only the calm of someone reaffirming what they already suspected. However, that calmness shouldn't be mistaken for coldness.
それでも、うちのバカ娘をそこまで思ってくれてありがとう。私の最高傑作を大切にしてくれてありがとう。
That's really sweet. That's a nice thing for a mom to say.
あなたがそういうことをいつも口にしてれば、あいつはもっと素直で強い子になったんですよ。俺たちがいなくても平気な女の子に。
Good. I'm glad he said it, because Haruki excuses Yoko way, way, way too often.
ほんと、いろいろままならないわね、人生って。
まあ、そうですね。
Reaching this fruitless conclusion, we both drop our gazes toward the table. A weird feeling of solidarity grows between us, as if we're both guilty parties in some war crime.
かぼちゃのプリン追加していい？
Pumpkin pudding!
砂糖なしで作ってくれるか聞いてみます。
もういい。ごちそうさま。
って半分以上残ってるぞ。
The very opposite of Yoko-san.
食欲ないんだ。ちょっと疲れてるのかも。
じゃあ滑らかプリンだけでも。
それもいらない。
Oh, you know something's wrong when she's not eating the smooth pudding.
何？
何？
そこで驚くなよ。甘いものは控えろって言ったのはお前だろ。
After witnessing Yoko-san's gluttony during noon, seeing Kazusa eat this little tonight feels bizarre.
体温計どこだっけ？一番近い救急センターの電話番号は。くそ、もしインフルエンザだったら。
だからお前は私のことを何だと。
Indeed, she's never been much of a heavy eater, but she's relentless when it comes to anything that's sweet.
大丈夫だって。本当に少し疲れただけだ。一晩寝れば全然平気だ。
我慢してたりしないか？実はすごく辛いのに隠してたりしないな。
信用ないんだな、私。
だってそりゃコンサートまでもうあと2週間だし。
2週間前にも一度弾いたんだ。今さら特別に心配して何になる。
それは。
Ouch. But thanks to you not worrying about it back then, the result was... Okay, no, that's not true. She was just panicking because the guy who promised he'd be there suddenly wasn't there, and she couldn't focus.
とにかく念のため今夜はもう寝る。お前もさっさと部屋に戻れ。
でも片付けていかないと。
そんなのは明日でいい。とにかく早く出てってくれ。
カズサ。
今は一人になりたい気分なんだ。頼むよ。
Literally begging him to leave her alone. She wouldn't let go of me yesterday, yet today she's being uncomfortably blunt about throwing me out. She really is fickle, always ignoring my feelings completely. Excuse you. You are the one that is ignoring her feelings constantly. She is begging you. It is too painful to be around her, to be around you. Please leave me alone. And regardless, you're like, nope, I'm just gonna wrap my arms around you harder. Awful, awful, awful.
わかったよ。
She's not considering my feelings. Oh my god. But there won't be any progress if I let myself get discouraged by this.
調子悪いと思ったらすぐに呼ぶんだぞ。絶対に我慢したりするんじゃないぞ。
くどい。大したことないって言ってるだろ。
Because spending time with Kazusa means having to face her uneven temper.
それじゃあな。体あったかくして寝ろよ。
大丈夫だ。
It means accepting everything.
じゃあおやすみ。カズさん。
早く帰れ。
悪い。それじゃあな。
Well, I suppose I'm being overly worried. I almost expected her to throw a pillow at me with how things were going, so I closed the door with some reluctance.
刹那に会ってこいよ。週末なんだからさ。
Yeah, there's a reason.
ってお前何が大丈夫だよ。
Leave her alone. Oh my god.
戻ってくるな。早く刹那のところ行っちゃえよ。
なんで急にそんなこと言い出すんだよ。俺今月はずっと出かけないって言っただろ。
それが余計なお世話だって言うんだ。こっちだっていやいやそばにいられても迷惑なだけだ。さっさと刹那の元に帰れよ。
カズさん、どうして急にそんなこと。
The feelings that made Kazusa want to throw a pillow at me were boiling within her all this time, and it only took an instant for them to burst.
急じゃないだろ。ずっと最初からそう言ってるだろ。お前が聞く耳持たないだけじゃないか。
She has been saying it all along. Obviously, she knows it's gonna hurt her, but she's also, honestly, I think she's a little more mature than Haruki in this sense. She knows it's gonna hurt her, but she's still telling him to do it because she knows that's what's best. How exactly is this fine?
1週間に一度は必ず会う約束なんだろ。週末は大抵部屋に泊まるんだろ。
そんなことないって。先週だって俺ずっとここにいただろ。
It wasn't fatigue that was accumulating within her. It was stress.
そうか。私が隣にいるから止められないのか。悪い。出てくよ、今すぐ。
カズさん。
Honestly, that one was a long time coming. Her stress grew so strong that while she was able to keep her mouth shut about it, she was unable to hide it from me to the very end.
もうやめてくれよ。道場でそばにいるのはやっぱりきついよ。惨めにも程があるよ。
Honestly, it's true. It's not a good feeling to think that someone is only with you out of pity.
道場なんかじゃ。
I mean, at this point, you've made it clear that it is. But why now? I never talked about Setsuna with her much. We only ever discussed her when Kazusa brought the topic up. Did I only end up striking an even bigger nerve because of the way I've been tiptoeing around the issue up until now?
メール
Oh boy.
いつもここで打ってただろ。刹那とつながってたんだろ。
Which was not a very smart thing to
私
do.
の目の前で。
No, that wasn't it. It seems I have underestimated Kazusa as a woman.
辛そうなけど幸せそうな顔しちゃってさ。私に背中向けて。私の部屋なのに刹那しか見てなくて。
Literally was so unnecessary. Just go home and text your girlfriend.
起きてたのか。
Kazusa wouldn't let go of me. I couldn't leave her alone. Yes, you could have. I was with her in this room from when she fell asleep to when she woke up. The meager 30 minutes I had while Kazusa was asleep, that was when I spoke to Setsuna. Although she promised not to reply. But despite that, those mere 30 minutes out of the day were my moments of bliss, where I could think about only Setsuna.
そうやって隠れてこそこそやられる方が傷つくよ。だったらそばになんかいないでくれよ。
Exactly.
私いつでも出ていくって言ってるじゃないか。
She did. And if you're really, really just wanting to support her as a friend, you know, then you should not be afraid to text your girlfriend. But the fact that he's being sneaky and texting her behind Kazusa's back is really just because he knows he's juggling this in the worst way. She's right. One can only be so careless. One can only be so cruel. What the hell am I doing?
ダメだそんなの。今のお前は怪我が治ったばかりで準備不足で。
大丈夫だよ。あとは母さんに面倒見させる。もともと私を日本に連れてきた張本人なんだ。そのくらい当然だろ。
陽子さんに。
And as Kazusa is feeling hurt, her train of thought only leads to an even worse choice.
だからお前はもうコンサートまでなんて我慢しなくていいんだ。悪かったな。今までこんな痛い女に付き合わせて。
ダメだ考え直せよカズサ。
どうしてダメなんだよ。あの人は世界で一人きりの私の肉親なんだぞ。
I've tried to increase the distance between the two of them, but all it accomplished was to make Kazusa long for Yoko-san even more. Yeah, well, maybe trying to distance a daughter from her sick, dying, terminally ill mother is not a great plan to begin with.
陽子さん、ここ数日ものすごく忙しいんだよ。だからさ、今だけは手を煩わせたりするなよ。
詳しいな、春樹。
それはだって俺も自分の仕事関係でいろいろと関わりが。
そりゃそうだよな。お前毎日会ってるもんな、母さんと。多分私よりも。
何のことだよ。
I failed. My expression doesn't look natural at all. Ooh, Haruki being caught lying. We haven't seen that one before. Kazusa can clearly see my mouth is twitching, and she can clearly see that my gaze is wandering away from her.
お前毎日母さんの香水の匂いさせてたじゃないか。 私とは違う女の匂いつけてたじゃないか。
I'm sorry, Kazusa, but that misunderstanding is so bad. It's kind of funny, but it's bad. Be like, why do you smell like my mom? Oh no. Could you imagine? That would be like the worst ending. There's like the bad end, and then there's the worst end, and the worst end is where you get together with Yoko-san. Oh my god. Surprisingly, there has not been a doujinshi written about that, but it would make a very funny one. I really, really have been naive.
ついでに今日スタジオの窓からお前を見たよ。タクシーから母さんと一緒に降りてきたよな。私に用もないのに母さんと一緒にいたよな。
I'm sorry, Kazusa. It's not that. It's not. I never truly realized that Toma Kazusa at some point had become a woman through and through. I never truly understood what it meant when she displayed that woman's intuition to me.
いやけど俺と陽子さんはそんな。
そういう関係じゃないことはさすがにわかる。いくらなんでもそこまで見境なく嫉妬したりしない。
そうか。
でも二人して私に秘密持ってるよな。それは間違いないよな。
Yikes.
それは
It's not funny anymore. Now it's just scary. Being caught lying. I hate... That's a bad feeling. And playing as Haruki, I'm constantly being given that feeling.
二人でこそこそ何やってるんだ。
It gives me anxiety playing as this guy.
話せよ。なんてな。それも聞かなくてもわかる。お前の同情を引こうとしたんだろ、母さんが。
違う。
母さんに頼まれたんだろ。追加公演が終わるまでは私のそばにいてくれって。私に甘い言葉をささやいてやってくれって。
違うって言ってるだろ。黙れよ。
At that moment, it was not honeyed words that spilled from my mouth, but an angry scream. Because I haven't made a promise like that to Yoko-san. I have no reason to whisper sweet words to her.
つまりお前が今私と一緒にいるのは母さんに頼まれて仕方なくなんだ。ただコンサートのためだっけ。
It's half true. Not all true, though.
やめろ。
Before I knew it, I tightly wrapped my arms around Kazusa. For what? She's trying to say, oh, well, you just feel bad for me, so you're just gonna be here until the concert ends. That's literally what Haruki told her yesterday. I'll be with you till the concert ends. And now that you're being called out on it in a negative way, he's like, you're wrong. I would never do that. And now wrapping his arms around her. Like, no, you can't. You cannot.
黙ってくれ。何も言わないでくれ。勝手に傷つかないでくれよ、カズサ。
But despite the fact that she'd normally get flustered, scared, and start trembling while letting out warm breaths in a situation like this, Kazusa simply remains still, neither accepting nor rejecting my embrace.
ごめんな。嫌な役目させちゃってさ。うちの母さん変なところで過保護だから。
Yep.
そんなこと頼まれてない。俺は自分の意志でお前のそばに。
だったらどうして母さんと会ってたことを秘密にするんだよ。母さんと何を話したか教えてくれないんだよ。
Yikes. Now you're stuck. That was the reason Kazusa felt suspicious of me. That was the reason Kazusa felt there was a different reason for me getting involved. It's only natural for Kazusa to arrive at that conclusion from the information she's gotten.
もう寝ろよ、お前。疲れてんだよ。さっき自分でそう言ったじゃないか。
確かに疲れてるけどさ、私の質問に春樹が答えてくれないってのはわかるよ。お前がごまかしてるってのはよくわかるよ。
But her suspicion is off the mark by a mile. My determination has no influence from anyone but myself. The truth is, I'm the one holding Yoko-san down. I'm by Kazusa's side despite her objections.
カズサ、カズサ、頼むから落ち着いてくれ。何も考えないでくれ。今はネガティブな想像になるだけだ。
My god. Can you imagine being caught in such a lie and such a deception? Just be like, don't think about it. Only happy thoughts. Only happy thoughts time. Are you kidding me?
だってそれが正解なんだろ。だからお前は何も言えないんだろ。
やめろよ。
Just kidding. Your mom's terminally ill. Oh my god. There's no good answer to this. And that's why you don't lie, so you don't get put into this kind of situation.
Haruki!
The tears falling from Kazusa's eyelashes dampen even my cheeks. Despite that, I don't correct Kazusa's sad misunderstanding. I absolutely cannot tell her the truth. Okay, yeah, sure. It's not like she'll feel super betrayed by everyone she loves once she finds out. I'm cornered.
お願いだから、今は休んでくれ。また明日話そう。
Haruki!
What a horrible misconception to have.
今日もずっとカズサのそばにいる。眠ってても起きててもずっとお前だけを見てる。誰のことも考えたりしないから。
ごめん。ごめん。私、Haruki。
お前、コンサートのことで不安になってるんだよ。大丈夫。俺、ついてるから。
I would just punch him at this point. I'd be like, this is not about the concert. Holy crap, this is not about the concert. Will you stop talking about it? Just... I put even more force into my arms around Kazusa. With my body heat, I calmed down the body that previously couldn't shiver nor be scared.
今度こそお休み、カズサ。
For only today. No. For the upcoming 2 weeks, I thought about becoming the me that belongs to Kazusa. I thought about stopping my texts, my calls, even my thoughts about Setsuna in the back of my head. I thought about only ever showing affection toward Kazusa. Yeah, but for whose sake? Like, is this just for the concert? Is that really all that matters to you? You need to think about the Kazusa as a human being and not the Kazusa as a pianist. It's so rude and cruel to her to be giving her everything she wants until the concert ends. Because in that case, it's really just for her piano. And that's so sad. But what will happen after that? Will everything be alright as long as their concert turns out well? Even though Kazusa's problem won't be solved even then? It's been an hour since then. Kazusa has finally calmed down and is now breathing peacefully in her sleep. While gazing at her swollen eyelids, I think about the tough battle awaiting me from tomorrow onward. Yeah, the tough battle of lying. Oh no. A crack has appeared in the dam. If things go on like this, it'll break down sooner or later. I have to do something. I have to come up with a solution until Kazusa wakes up. Don't you mean before Kazusa wakes up? So I can't allow myself to sleep today. I have to keep thinking until dawn about a way to make Kazusa happy. I can't fall asleep. There are stories of charms being broken the moment one falls asleep. These tales are widespread in both the West and the East. That's why. And then, the creator of these tales toys with us, as if to mock my apprehensions. Which is kind of a funny self-insert to Maruto-san, the guy that wrote this. Ha! The moment I came to, I had already committed my fatal mistake. Good morning, sunshine. During those mere 30 minutes of sleep, Kazusa had disappeared. Yikes. Can't say I blame her. 5 days before Valentine's Day.
ここで会うのは1週間ぶりかしらね。
It was a turbulent day. I couldn't reach Yoko-san's phone throughout the morning, so I had to go ask Kudo-san and even Hamada-san to find her whereabouts. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when Yoko-san finally called me, but the place she was in at the time was...
それで何から話せばいいかしら。
まずはあなたの今の状態を。
It was the same hospital room she was in a week ago. They told me she wasn't there when I asked in the morning. She must have been transferred there from an emergency hospital at a later time. In other words, we were back to square one. No, we were actually in an even worse situation.
あら、この後に及んでも私のことを優先してくれるの？
当たり前です。辛くないですか？こうして俺と話してて大丈夫なんですか？
別に悪くなってないわよ。一進一退といったところ。
今すぐどうこうってことはないんですね。
ちょっと貧血気味なだけよ。ベッドで休んで点滴受けたから今は平気。
Perhaps remembering the fact that light-hearted chatter doesn't work on me, Yoko-san doesn't try to dodge the question.
ただ、大したことないのに救急車呼んじゃったから、しばらくはこうしてなきゃいけないけどね。
それって。
何しろカズサは、私がこうなるのを初めて見たから、パニックになっちゃってね。
Oh, Kazusa. That's really too bad. And to find out about this after knowing that everyone was lying to her about it is way worse than having been told in a calm setting.
ごめん、ギターくん。私、あの子の目の前で倒れちゃった。
Kazusa couldn't endure being endlessly hurt by me, so she broke away from my supervision and returned to Yoko-san. That was during the morning when Yoko-san was asleep with the help of pills. And due to the short notice, she had no time to adjust her condition, nor to pretend that she was fine.
せっかくあなたが頑張って隠し通そうとしてくれたのに、どうやら台無しにしてしまったみたいね。
俺のせいです。
I was supposed to be Kazusa's anchor back then, and I was naive enough to think that I had calmed her down. That's when I carelessly fell asleep. If anything, I fiercely provoked Kazusa's feelings. I was the one responsible for tearing off the chains of her anchor. It all had to happen at such a vital moment. At this point, I can't describe myself with anything else but pure vitriol. For the lying, I think.
罰かしらね。自分の娘を騙そうとした。
Yeah, you did. And so did Haruki. And I guess, 10% of me can understand. But at the same time, I just think lying is the worst possible thing you can do, especially when it comes to your own health. But on that note, I think we'll end here for today before we get into any deeper into this medical predicament. So, thanks so much for being here with me on this episode of White Album 2. I'll be back with the next one shortly. Until then, hope you take care. See you!